The Word with
The Book of
IcissRose.
Jonah, Chapter 1. Jonah flees from the Most High God. Now, the Most High God's word came to Jonah, the son of Amittai, and said, "Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach against it, for their wickedness has come up before me." But Jonah rose up to flee to Tarshish from the presence of the Most High God. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid its fare and went down into it to go with them to Tarshish from the presence of the Most High. But the Most High God sent out a great wind on the sea, and there was a mighty storm on the sea, so that the ship was likely to break up. Then the mariners were afraid, and every man cried to his God. Then they threw the cargo that was in the ship into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone down into the innermost parts of the ship and was laying down and was fast asleep. So the shipmaster came to him and said, "What do you mean, sleeper? Arise, call on your God. Maybe your God will notice us, so that we will not perish." They all said to one another, "Come, let's cast lots, so that we may know who is responsible for this evil that is on us." So they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. Then they asked him, "Tell us, please, for who has caused this evil to come on us? What is your occupation? Where do you come from? What is your country? Of what people are you?" Jonah said to them, "I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Most High God of heaven, who has made the sea and the dry land." Then the men were exceedingly afraid and said to him, "What have you done?" For the men knew that he was fleeing from the presence of the Most High God, because he had just told them that. Then they said to Jonah, "What shall we do to you that the sea may be calm to us?" For the sea grew more and more stormy. Jonah said to them, "Take me up and throw me into the sea. Then the sea will be calm for you. For I know that because of me this great storm is upon you." Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get them back to the land, but they could not, for the sea grew more and more stormy against them. Therefore, they cried to the Most High God and said, "We beg you, Most High God, we beg you, don't let us die for this man's life, and don't lay on us his innocent blood. For you, Most High God, have done as you pleased." So they took up Jonah and threw him into the sea, and the sea ceased its raging. Then the men feared the Most High God exceedingly, and they offered a sacrifice to the Most High God and made vows. Jonah's prayer. The Most High God prepared a huge fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Chapter 2. Then Jonah prayed to the Most High his God out of the fish's belly and said, I called because of my affliction to the Most High God, and He answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried, and You heard my voice. For You threw me into the depths and the heart of the seas. The flood was all around me. All Your waves and Your billows passed over me. I said, I have been banished from Your sight, yet I will look again toward Your holy temple. The water surrounded me, even to the soul. The deep was around me. The weeds were wrapped around my head. I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. The earth barred me in forever. Yet You have brought up my life from the pit, Most High my God. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Most High. My prayer came into You, into Your holy temple. Those who regard lying vanities forsake their own mercy. But I will sacrifice to You with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that which I have vowed. Salvation belongs to the Most High. Then the Most High God spoke to the fish, and it vomited out Jonah on the dry land. Chapter 3. Jonah goes to Nineveh. The Most High's word came to Jonah the second time and said, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach to it the message that I give you. So Jonah arose and went to Nineveh according to the Most High's word. Now, Nineveh was an exceedingly great city, 3 days' journey across. Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey, and he cried out and said, In 40 days Nineveh will be overthrown. The people of Nineveh believed the Most High, and they proclaimed a fast and put on sackcloth from their greatest even to their least. The news reached the king of Nineveh, and he arose from his throne and took off his royal robe, covered himself in sackcloth, and sat in ashes. He made a proclamation and published through Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, and said, Let neither man nor animal, herd nor flock taste anything. Let them not feed nor drink water, but let them be covered with sackcloth, both man and animal, and let them cry mightily to the Most High. Yes, let them turn everyone from his evil way and from the violence that is in his hands. Who knows whether the Most High God will not turn and relent and turn away from his fierce anger, so that we might not perish. The Most High God saw their works, that they turned from their evil way. The Most High relented of the disaster which he said he would do to them, and he didn't do it. Chapter 4. Jonah's anger at the Most High God's compassion. But it displeased Jonah exceedingly, and he was angry. He prayed to the Most High God and said, Please, Most High God, wasn't this what I said when I was still in my own country? Therefore, I hurried to flee to Tarshish, for I knew that you are a gracious God and merciful, slow to anger and abundant in loving kindness, and you relent of doing harm. Now, Most High God, I beg you to take my life, for it is better for me to die than to live. The Most High God said to Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry, Jonah?" Then Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city and made himself a booth and sat under it in the shade until he might see what would become of the city. The Most High God prepared a vine and made it to come up over Jonah so that it might be a shade over his head to deliver him from his discomfort. So Jonah was exceedingly glad because of the vine, but the Most High God prepared a worm at dawn the next day, and it chewed on the vine so that it withered. When the sun arose, the Most High prepared a sultry east wind, and the sun beat on Jonah's head so that he fainted and requested for himself that he might die, and he said, "It is better for me to die than to live." The Most High God said to Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry about the vine?" Jonah said, "I am right to be angry even to death." The Most High God said to Jonah, "You have been concerned for the vine for which you have not labored, neither made it grow, which came up in a night and perished in a night. Shouldn't I be concerned for Nineveh, that great city, in which more than 120,000 persons who can't discern between their right hand and their left, and who also have much livestock?